morning, chat. Good morning, good morning. Chat, good morning, guys. Healing process. Good morning. Good morning. Mic sounds so low today. The mic sounds low today, right? Mic check. 50. Hello. Let's try 40. 48. Damn, where are my settings? Um, 10. Okay, that's better. I think that was just too high. $24. Okay. 32. Low. Let's do 30. 65. Alright, I think that's better. Alright, let's start the NY stream, chat. You hear static. All right, cool. Yo, Discord, you guys hear the music? Or it's good. No? Okay, cool. Good morning, man. What's up, Pencil? What's up, Kiz? Darius, good morning. Journey FX, good morning. Juan Durant, good afternoon, man. All right. So yeah, chat. Let's see what we can do today. Today is, what day is it today? Thursday. I need my Zoom real quick. Hold on. All right. Let's do this. All right, yo, chat. Let's get to it. Yeah, wow, we actually tapped 22. I had that work at your yesterday, but yeah, we're making our way up here. So we're not above like 4,200 just yet. So let's see, who knows? Let me just analyze this first before I come to assumptions. But today is Thursday. You have no news today aside from unemployment claims, so that is something. I'm not sure how major that really is, to be honest. I mean, it's the only folder of the day, so it's the most major folder you got today. It could move price, so we'll see in about 14 minutes anyways. We don't gotta worry too much about that. And then tomorrow, Friday, is nothing as well. So yeah, for the rest of the week, you're kind of just chilling. Nothing really much going on for the week. Yeah, let's see what's on the charts here. I think the daily yesterday off bat closed, let's see, like bearish, all right? But again, like I think same concepts as we had, I think for the last like 8 days now, really, but still haven't tapped into this range here, right? Like you're in this zone, you're in this zone from here to here, right? But like I wouldn't say you're like consolidating just yet. It could start, but again, I think what's lacking still is like the fact that this is still in the middle of nowhere. I don't think you complete the actual range fill yet, right? So I was hoping we can get that over with so that we can get going on for the month. But again, that's still not done. It doesn't need to happen, but there's again a high chance that likely is to happen before you start ranging, or before you start, before you start ranging pretty much, or even if you were to go up. If this were to be truly bullish, that's what's likely needed. You need liquidity. The only way I can see it going up really is if you just continue up, and then that means it's gonna go up. No, but if you continue up and then you create like some structure, you pull back and start to hold, then eventually you can kind of get rid of the idea that there's something missing here, right? But again, like you'll need to see that come up anyways, right? But yeah, that's kind of where you're at on this like higher time frame. Just again, you're still bearish, you're still coming down, but this is the first time you're like ranging since you're kind of coming down. So yeah, we just mark up like these areas down here at like 39.04, or maybe even a little lower here. You know, I just leave it here, 38.94. We'll leave that there. This is your overall resistance. We'll get rid of this. Same thing we've been doing the last 6 days to start the analysis off, but that's where we're at. Drop down to the 4. You can see there's a bit of structure starting to develop here. Like this is your overall area, and then this is the first higher low in the 4-hour time frame, right? You're probably seeing the 1-hour time frame throughout the week already, or throughout last week. You saw how the 1-hour kind of was creating like higher lows on the way up already last week, right? So higher lows were coming on the way up, and then I didn't think that was like enough structure, just because of where we are, and in the terms of like we didn't really tap into that daily zone yet, right? So if this is like a bullish move up, and these are just like higher lows making its way up, will that be enough? Like it wasn't that like for sure it wasn't enough, but just there's still a possibility that it could be something steeper, right? And then the next week, this week, he finally got something, right? He had a little bit of a range to start, but then eventually he did dip down. So then now overall, you go back in the 4, like that's your first time, like after this bullish move here, that you are creating a higher low, right? This is the first pullback, and this is the first higher low. We still don't know whether these would be lower highs to continue down, or if this is going to be a higher low to continue up yet, but we'll be able to identify that anyways as the market prints. So no problem, but this is the first time you're coming down, right? So like this is getting close to like giving you volume here. I think July so far has been okay, it's been decent, but I think something's coming soon because of kind of what we're printing here, right? But you can see if I just were to trace this kind of out, you'll see like kind of where we lacked in volume and where we kind of struggled at. And you can see the overall structure, right? Like this entire move came all the way down, corrected, broke below this, broke below that, broke below that. So now if you start continue up here, right, into the top of the range, let's say, then this entire area right here is a higher low, right, on the 4-hour time frame. This is your like overall, like you can see this as, let's go delete this. Let's do that. Let's just stretch it out a little bit. I guess like that. Right? Like you can see, like let's trace this out with like a much thicker line here. You can see like overall it's just a higher low to continue up. That's kind of what it is, right? Like what I traced out on the 1 was just a 1-hour time frame. On like the 4, this is what you're seeing, right? So again, this is the first time you're making a higher low. So we don't know what's gonna happen here yet because we didn't really come up yet, right? We're sitting right here right now. So right now you kind of have this and you have that. So from here, it can continue down still. This can still be corrected. This can still be a lower high, right? So that's why I mean, like, I don't know yet because price doesn't know yet either. So yeah, as you confirm this or this will give you an answer. So that's why I think it's close to breaking out because it just needs to break out of this, right? If you break the lows again, then amazing, you come down. If you break the highs, then there's a high chance if you continue to hold, that's your continuation back up, right? So that's kind of where you're sitting on price here with this, right? This is your range here. So if you were to break below, same thing, continuation below. And if you were to break above, continue to hold, then above like 4,200, you start looking for buys and it'll be bullish, right? But as of right now, it could be either. But yeah, that's kind of where you sit on the daily, and that has a huge row with the no bottom wick over here too, right? So there's that. Let's start marking up on the 4 or see what we can do in the 4. So there's something here we can have up here. 42.27. I'll leave that for now. I'll split the ranges in half. So between here and here is 1,400. Between here and here is 3,000. Yeah, if you were to come up for a top wick, right, you're also missing something within these areas too. So there could be top wicks in that zone. Minor support, they rejected off of this yesterday, right? We wanted to see sells below where yesterday, chat, like below 40.20, right? 40.20, 4,009 areas, like below here. That's still a thing today too. If you start shifting back below 40.15, we can start looking for sells there. How far is that? Like 900 pips, so it's kind of far still. You are making your way up. You did tap into 40.20, which is like a no top wick zone right here. Right, I was kind of looking at that during Asian last night or late NY yesterday as well. But that goes with these areas right here to the left. Like in those areas, I'll say. Let's see. Where else is that line? Bottom wick right there. I'll put it right there. Yeah, so like 41.40 areas, right? Like if you were to come up, like there could be a wick entry cell within these areas next, right? I don't think we can get this one obviously, because you kind of already got rejection. So based on like how much this pulls back, either if like this is gonna be a pullback that's down here, that's fine, that's still within this range here, no problem. Then as you continue to break above, you can still get wick entry sells here, expecting a higher low to occur. But if you start to, let's say, break the lows there like this, and you start shifting back up, then this bullish move becomes a lot stronger, or this entire move becomes stronger because this is structure. So then you start looking for buys earlier, but I think that's still gonna be above 4140 for me, at least above 4140 for buys. All right, so yeah, I think it's just this right now. We're gonna try to figure out for the session. Overall, on the 4-hour time for for the day, like this is what we're trying to figure out. This area right here. Right, we're trying to figure out this. Trying to figure out if this is a higher low, or if these are just gonna be lower highs today. So it's a battle between that. And then yeah, on the smaller time frame, we're trying to figure out this, because this is what's gonna lead to the next potential idea that we can have for the session, right? So I do have wick entry sell ideas like 4140, 690. That's the next area. If you start creating structure, we'll move it up. Obviously, you have a lot of range up going up here, all the way up until like 4227 technically. So, and then for buys, just need some structure really. All right, I don't know. Today could be a buy day. Could be for the first day we get a buy in like 2 months, but I do need to see some structure. So if you do get that, continue to make your way up above 4140. Above there could be ideas to continue. Otherwise, any of this right here, chat, could still be lower highs, and it could just continue down, right? You are, I wouldn't say missing a bottom wick here, but it is the same higher low as you had here. So it's like somewhat similar to this in terms of that. In terms of the range we're in over here, right? You see this range right here. Same thing happened there. Same thing happened there. Same range you got down here. Same range you got, or higher low you got down there. The only thing that's missing really is this push. And if you get that push, that's 4227, right? But let's see. It could be, if you get this push, then that's going to break above 4140, right? The only thing I need to see is again structure, and then we'll be set. All right, so yeah, that's kind of what I got going on today. How far is this? And the re-break of the highs, that's 190. That's not too bad. That is not too bad. The leg candle can still get filled too, right? On the weekly, that is still a thing. You got the body reaction yesterday. You can see it. So now if this candle decides to come back down and re-break below 4015, which is where we marked up yesterday, right? 4020, 4015, 4009 zones, like below here. That's where we want to sell yesterday. So that will make a lot of sense with the weekly leg candle fill, because the leg candle fill takes you down towards 40 or 39, 49, which is down here. Right, so you still got a lot of range below 4018 and such, like 690 pips, 700 pips roughly. So yeah, below there will be continuation of sells anyways, but you're gonna have to see, or you're gonna have to wait for this move to play out first, right? So that's at least like 1,000 pips, I'm pretty sure, like 800 pips. So either way, you'll get the information today, no problem. Right, something like that. And then below there should be continuation, and that's your leg candle fill. And that's it pretty much it, chat. I'll say that's pretty much it for now. As the session goes on, we might have more ideas, right? Let me just mark up at this zone here, and then mark it up an MT5. All right, so 43.75 to start. $42.27. 41.40. $40.15. And then $48.94. Yeah, that's pretty much it. What's up, Space Cadet? Corporate background music. Yeah, that's pretty much what it is right now, though. Hey, I didn't get copyright notice yesterday. I got it for that one Mbappe video. That's about it. So this should be good. This should be good. Broke the 4 highs and came down. That could be liquidity just decline. It could be. We'll find out. We'll find out. How you guys doing? Good? How we feeling, chat? FIFA World Cup day. Semi-final day. Who's playing today? $4 p.m. France and Morocco. Spain and Belgium tomorrow. Sheesh. That's gonna be a crazy game. Morocco and France. That's gonna be. It's gonna be 2-1, 3-1. 3-1, 2-1 France. I'm 5% French, so you know, I gotta root for France. You have a leg kind of right here in 30. On the 30. Else indicators working? I don't know. I don't use that. My candles are working. Like on forex factory or on what am I saying? On TradingView? Let's see. Does mine work? Yeah, mine looks like it's working. Ah, shit, there's a limit on what you can do. Yeah, we're moving above the RSI. RSI, we are breaking above on the minute here, on the 1 hour time from here. Crossing the cloud on the 1 hour as well. Pushing up bullish here on the minute here. Going against this grain right here. Let's see if price will make a push above this EMA. Got the SSL channel 1010 EMA, but we get tapped here. Hold on, wait 1 second, guys. 1 second. EMA 9 cross coming soon. Coming soon. Let's see. Let's wait for it. Let's wait for it. Let's wait for it. Bang. Boom. Right here. Let's enter some shorts. Fuck. That ass. Every time I join these streams, sometimes they have bear indicators. I'm just like, what the fuck are they doing? There's so much shit going on. What is this though? This is like VRVP. I think this is volume, pretty sure. Yo, hey. All I'm saying, look at where that longest line is. This is why I don't use no indicators. Look, chat. I'm like, where did it go? Look, oh, fuck. That longest line. Damn, I just had it here, man. Look, that longest line. Look at where that is. My damn support zone. This is why I don't use indicator, because you can just deadass see the same shit. Look, coincidentally, the yellow lines are holding above and below. Like, this is just the overall range. You know what I mean? Look. It's just like, let's go into the 1 hour, see. Does that hold too? Hey, the longest, there's something there, man. There's something there. Wait, is this my line? I'm fried. That's not even my line, bro. Never mind. Fuck. He. Hey, but I actually used to use that. But in orange and blue. Orange and blue. But at least we know the indicators are working in CQL, so low key. Can't see chart. Hey, we're pushing here. Hey, how does indicators on are there indicators on this? Tools? Charts? I think there are indicators on this, right? Hold on, we're pushing up here. There are indicators on this too. Okay, we're pushing up here. How far are we away? 212 or 210. All right. So has it been a structure? That's what I want to see, right? It might be a little lower, 41.33. How far is that? $140. Okay, so yeah, we're close, chat. If you do get the wick entry sell, this could be the first move of the day. We could get 2 trades today, a trending one and a wick entry one. But if you do get this, we could use 21.97 or 43.32. So then the stops are 20. Wait, no. Yeah, stops are 1900. So 1900 pips, we can probably use a 0.06. I think that's a 0.07 honestly too. 0.07 we can use there. But yeah, I'll say what I have again. What I move it down to 33, 41.33. We can get some right here, champ. At 33 zones. Hopefully we won't miss about 10 pips or something. That's happened the last 4 days. 3 days. The daily can close at bullish lead, maybe. Wait, what? The daily? Oh, the 4, you mean? Yeah, the 4 can close as a leg candle. We can get the wick entries. Chat, have a 33.49, okay? That's my zone. That's where we're getting wick entries at. Might be a little lower. 31.95. All right, there's no top wick here. I actually wanted this one last time during Asian, but that move didn't happen. So 4 a.m. that move up. So then like there wasn't much pullback here. It's okay, it's nothing really crazy. But your next resistance is 41.31. So 100 pips to go now. All right, 90 more pips until we can get a wick entry style, chat. So yeah, stops are 1900 pips. So then I'm going at 0.06 lot. Not the 100 pip stop loss, huh? You must be new here. Yes, 1900 pip stops. You must be new here. You're not new here. You're Don Julio. You've been here. You've been here a couple times this year. Right? Am I tripping? Yeah, you've been here. You're OG, man. Yeah, but it's 1900 pips on the stops there. So it's actually pretty tight today. You say why so small? Yeah, they are kind of small today. 1900 pips is a little small today. What do you ladies and gents think? They don't think none because they're not in the position. Rookie numbers. Let's see. It could be a reaction off of this too here, chat. There's no top wick here, so let's hope not though. Because you're rejected here. You came up close. I think this one, that was like maybe 35 pips away. So this one, the re-break should give you, I'm expecting a pop, and then I'm hoping that can be here and not here or here. $80 pips max in the big 2026. Hey man, do what you will. $8 pips in 2026 is like a minute candle going like literally done. GG's. What even is 80 pips though? Favorite trace, man? Yeah, no, that's a whole different universe, my friend. That's a whole different universe. I haven't used a fib and an 8 pip stop loss since maybe like, fuck, I don't even remember. But I did it though. We did do that. I have a video on chat. We can't believe we have a video on how to keep your lots, how to keep your stops under 10 pips. That's crazy, huh? Imagine that in 2026. It's like gone. Hi guys, I'm unable to access the itsdonvo chat as before. The only chat I can view is alumni. Yeah, so this call has like alumni and everyone, because alumni, this is part of their package, like their calls. But in terms of the chat, like I wanted that chat to just be the single chat. So then I made 2 chats for alumni chat and 1 chat for the single chat, or itsdonvo 1 chat. So that's why there's 2 chats. But this call is itsdonvo 1 alumni. Everyone's here on this call. What's up, that Pip? Damn, looks like it rejected. Let's see how much this pulls back here. This is still okay if it comes up from here, like the structure's fine, but if you start seeing this candle start to like break below us here and then it continues to come back up to the top of the range, or not even, like maybe even here, then we might have to move it up. So instead of 41.31, we'll have like next zones are gonna be $41.77. That could be one zone. Let's see, is there anything in between? $41.48. That's a break of the highs though. No, you can't use that. That's gonna be the break of the highs, right? And that's just clean traffic. So what else? What's this? 41.58558. $200. What is this though? This might be a middle of nowhere. Chat, it might be at 41.77. It might be pretty far actually, because there's not always gonna be zones in between. Sometimes it's just completely clean. I'd say 41.31 is still doable, unless you retrace a lot steeper here. But I don't see, like, I see like other zones here, but nothing like too crazy, too valid. Like there's a lot of mess here. It might be a 171. What is this though? 41.58. That's what I just had, right? Yeah, it might be a little tough. Let's see. It might just be a 31 or 707. Let's see how much this retraces. You don't want this to flip though, right? Because then what's gonna look like is gonna start looking like this. It's like, this is a move. There's a little bit of structure here. And move up, and you come back down, right? I mean, you could still come up and create a top wick, because then this is just your range here. And the first breakout above can be a fake out, and that's going to be this zone. So let's see. Let's just see how far it retraces. But I'll still have 131 as of right now, because we haven't broken below here yet. How far was that? This one earlier was 75 pips away. What's up, Illis? What's recommended stop loss for a $100 account? I don't think that's a proper question, or like it's not really like proper stop loss. It's more so you want to have a stop loss strategy. The pips are irrelevant to where your stops are, because like 10 pips, or let's say like 100 pips on a day like this versus 100 pips on a day like, let's say tomorrow, there's two different market conditions. But when you have like a stop loss strategy, you're actually using like zones. So today's zones could give you a range of 400 pips. And let's say you want to put your stops above the previous zones, it's going to be 400 pips, right? Because those ranges are going to change day in, day out. So for like the account size, it's not really like what's the stop loss. It's like what's your risk percentage, because the bigger your lots are, the smaller you could use a lot size for. The smaller your stop loss is, the bigger lot size you could use, right? So it's like risk percentage. So pick a risk percentage you wanna use. Could be like 1%, could be like 10, could be 15, whichever you prefer. That's all optional. You know what happened to downside? I don't know, bro. I'm too locked in my own life right now, so I don't know. I'm not keeping up as much. Eddie, what's wrong with you? God damn. God damn. Let the man use TikTok, bruh. Shit. Some people like different things. God damn. I mean, I don't got TikTok, but you know, like, fuck, someone wants to use TikTok. You let them use TikTok, bruh. Goddamn. All right, bro. All right, man. Is that music bigger business too? No, it's just the copyright free music that I play because I don't want to get hit with copyright. Or at least right now I don't. Let's see how long it lasts. It's been like 1 day since I played this playlist, so we'll see. Are you trading prop firm now? If so, what can you recommend for for forex prop? I don't trade props. I do not trade props. I don't know. It's sarcasm. Sorry, I can't read sarcasm through text, bruh. It says delete, delete, delete. TikTok is ass. My answer could have been sarcasm too. Like, let the man use TikTok if he wants to use TikTok. What you mean? That could have been a sarcasm. That could have been like sarcasm too. Like, I don't care. I'm not gonna be here like, yo, he has to use TikTok or he doesn't. But it's like, fuck, man. It's just like negative. Why? How do you know if you have taken the trade online? Well, it'll be on my screen. So when I'm in, it'll be here under my terminal. And I used to put up this tool here, but you're not gonna see that. I just use the MT5, so you'll see it on my screen. And then chat will be like talking about it too. True. That's your trades in here? Yeah, I do. But we have ideas here. So like what I do is like I get on and then I'll mark up what I'm looking to grab that day, and then we just kind of wait for those setups. If they come, they happen, we'll take them. If not, then we'll be here with no trades. So like I think we haven't had a trade on stream for a week now. We've only had like one trade on stream this month, just one. So yeah, a little slower start to July. A bit slower. Why one trade? I just said it's a bit slower. Like, well, I'll come with the same approach every day, same routine, and then the market just gives me what it wants to give me. Some days, some months we can get more trades, some months less, right? But I think we've been averaging like 9 to 10 trades a month. Like I think June we did 12, like May we did 13, April we did like 10, March we did 8, February we did 8, January we did 10. 2025 11, December, November 11, October 11, September 14, wow, August 16. I think we took more trades. Yeah, chat, look at like quarter 3. We took a lot of trades last year, right? Quarter 3 is January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. So yeah, July, August, September, we took a lot. 18 last July, 14 or 16, and September 14. Before that, I guess 15 for June, May 16, April. Holy, April we took 23 trades last year. Yeah, just depends. Some months are more, some months are less. But we look, chat, you're pulling back here. So if you start pulling back below 4104.57, I gotta move it. $88 pip rejection here. I'd be so selective. I'm not being selective. Like, I don't have a choice, or like I'm just taking my playbook trades. So whatever prints my playbook, like I'm not gonna have like that many ideas in a day. Like, I think yesterday we had 3 ideas that came close. Like, one idea came really close, the other 3 were kind of close but still a little further away. So today we have 2 ideas pending. Like, we have the wick entry sells or the continuations, right? Like, continuations would require a push down below 40.15. I'm gonna have to miss out on a 900 pip range. I'm gonna have to watch it drive down 900 pips before I look for continuation of sells. The other idea is the wick entry sells, which was really close just now at 41.31. But based off of like if this creates like structure, now that might change the trajectory of that idea. So then that's what I'm looking for. Like, that's what's in my playbook for today. So like, I have no choice but to be selective because the playbook is all I know. Anything outside from my playbook is like none of my business, right? So it's like, it's not really about being selective. It's just like, you're just following your playbook. And as time goes on, as you like get rid of some like bad trades in your playbook or lower probability setups, like lower winning setups, you just eventually only have like high quality ones, right? So then there's not gonna be that many high quality ones. Especially when you first start. When you first start, you're like, you're not even looking at it. You don't even have a playbook when you first start, right? When you first start, you're just like looking to make money. So whatever trade can make you money, you don't care. Like, you don't care to journal it, you don't care to take data on it, take note of it, right? But I do, because like that's what, if you can take note on it and record it in your journal, you can repeat the same steps over and over again, no problem, right? So then that's just what it is. The more you take those trades, the more you would have a winning percentage for it, right? Like, let's say you take a certain trade and over time you name it trade A. Eventually trade A, you'll find out if it's going to be a 60% win rate, a 70 or 80. The more trades you take, the better or worse it'll get. And then let's say it's 80% win rate, cool, you keep that in your playbook. Let's say now you have a trade B, you see trade B is doing like maybe 4%. Okay, it's not doing too great. You gave it like 15 trades, 20 trades, whatever trades, right? And then this is not great. You get rid of that. Trade C looks a little better. It's 70% win rate. Over time, it got better. So like, that's kind of what you're doing in trading. Like, you're just constantly repeating those same steps. When you first start, you don't know what a playbook is or even like what probability is. You're just taking trades for like in hopes of like making money. So like, yeah, I got no choice. It's just trades in my playbook. Like, there are trades that I see that I would have taken last year or whatever, right? Like, I'll be like, oh, look, like this is the rebreak is for a high. That could be maybe like a trade, a buy. Let's say that can be a trade I would have taken. Like, for example, like if you start closing above the range here, I'll start looking for buys to continue up. Like, that could be a 2021 trade. All right, as you trade, you gain like experience, and then you can sample like your old ideas now. Like, oh yeah, this is the 2023 trade. This is a 2024 trade. Why isn't that 2026 trade? Because there's some flaw in it. There could be better ones, or you've developed better ones. Market cycles that had 3 to 5 trades a day between all sessions last month. Yeah, see, like some months is just like, some months are more crazy than the other, chat. Like, I will say, like, this year start off a little slow. Remember, like, this is the first like year in a minute where you're like kind of not coming down or coming up, right? Like since like 2023, I think 2022, around this time, like you've been pushing up bullish ever since, and this is the first time where things are gonna look a little different. So there's a shift in cycle here. You can see it went from a drive cycle to all of a sudden a range cycle, like an overall range cycle. This could still be a drive, right? This is the first time you're pulling back though, so it's starting to change a little bit. So you can't expect the same trades as last year, because this is a drive cycle. So the trades this year could be a little different. And guess what? When you take no breaks and you're on every day, like these are cycles that you can just notice over time, right? You'll start noticing like there's a drive cycle. You start noticing there's a range cycle. There's also a liquidity cycle, right? Like there's 3 different cycles that always print constantly. So based off of like the month, the quarter, like where we are in the charts that time, like your trades are gonna be different. Your quarter 1 could be different from quarter 4. But if you take a break every quarter 3, let's say because quarter 3 you seem to have issues trading, like it's not as profitable for you, shit, GG's, right? Like when will you learn to trade quarter 3 then? But yeah, that's kind of how I'll put it. Yeah, we might not have to wait 900 pips, but like it could be less, right? Especially if you start to create like some structure, it could be a lot less. It could be just below here, but still that's gonna be at least like, you know, at least 500 at least. Because I can't predict if it's gonna come down from here. I don't have the information here to tell me that it's gonna come down from here. The only information I could have is that, oh, it's a lower high. If you draw a fib out, it could be like a 61.8 fib. Okay, cool. But like that's about it, right? Aside from like the fact that this is like a lower high, like there's not much info yet. So I'd rather wait to see it actually drop, and then once it actually drops and let's say it pulls back, if it pulls back, this could be a higher low still. But now let's say it starts to create structure, it starts to like re-break the lows on the way down. Amazing. Now you got ideas, right? You can start putting pieces together and saying, okay, cool, let's look for sells now. Right, so that's what I mean by like I don't know what's going on. One closed leg, yeah, one day closed leg. Let's see, can you fill it? If you can fill it in one go, that'll be nice. Like 41.31 is still available, chat. Let's see though. Wogman, you missed the breakdown? Oh, just wick entry sells at 41.31 and then continuation below 40.15 for now. The driving cycle, yeah, driving cycle is like range to breakout for sells. What's up, Grant? I don't know, chat. I can't be the only one that does it though. Like, do you guys ever like look back at your old trades and be like, oh, or like where you are now, you look back like, oh yeah, this is a trade I would have got last year, right? Like, I can't be the only one that does that. Like, as you just trade and you gain experience, like you look at your old setups sometimes that print on the charts currently and like, this is something I would have taken last year. Or like whatever year. Let's see. Chat, this new Discord is popping, man. Holy, this shit is so active. Oh, let's see what Cookie got here. Sells on the 1 hour candle. Price tapped. 41.22 is more resistance levels. Chat, you can send your charts per stream in the Discord if you want to know about levels or whatever. If you have questions about your levels and such, you can send your chart in the charts per stream section on the Discord. What is this? Sells on the 1 hour time frame as price tap 41.22 support resistance levels, entering the 15 minute after the current break of the current lows, anticipating 1 hour top wick. Anticipating 1 hour top wick. So you're taking a sell? You mean anticipating 1 hour bottom wick? It's a good trade though. Or it looks like a good trade. I don't know how the other timers look, but it looks good on the 15. You missed the old gang. Man, there's so much information, so much shit that I just hold in because it's just like not worth the drama and shit. But yeah, I missed the old game too. You working Reza? No, I'm not working at Reza. But shout out to Reza. Vladdy, your picture is so scary. Who is that? Vladislav. Is that Polish? What is that? Vladislav. It's Polish? I was like, that Russian and Polish. Whole week has been choppy. It's been a little slow start, but we did have FOMC chat. Was that the FOMC meeting minutes, right? 2 p.m. Did it move? 12:12, 12:12, 14 o'clock, kinda. Onion plays steeper wick. Onion plays steeper wick. Could you please explain yourself one more time? Yeah, 41.31 in wick entry sells. I'm looking for the first initial reaction there. Like that's our next resistance zone. Next zone we could have is up here, but I want to see how it comes up here, whether there's structure or not, because that could change things. But we're looking for the first initial reaction because on the way up here, there's barely been any pullbacks here on the second half of the move. Like on this move. Like there's a pullback here, but then that took you up towards these areas, right? So that's done. So I'm wondering if this is going to pull back at these zones before coming up from here, or if it's not a pullback, it can still be a fake out because this can still be a lower high for the day. Going back to the 4-hour time frame, we're trying to figure out today whether this is going to be lower highs after lower highs to continue down with this bearish trend, or we're trying to figure out if on the even here, like we're trying to figure out if this is going to be a higher low to continue up. So that's why, like, if it's a higher low or a lower high off of areas, you could expect reactions anyways, because if you take off, you're not just going to take off like this. It could, right? But there's likely going to be structure coming up. So that's where we're taking advantage of those areas to take advantage of the wick entry sells. as a play, because if you're coming down on the 4 from this perspective, then again you'll be in the right anyways. And if you were to come up, you're expecting higher lows before coming up, so then it's kind of like a win-win situation for both. But that's why I have wick entry sells. But chat, there is a chance we can move it here. Like this did pull back, right? A couple times. Initial pullback was here. That was fine. I was hoping that can just come up within one go. It came up to here, pull back again, and now you have a little bit of structure. So it could be a bit higher, which is gonna be, if it's not 41.31, then it could be 41.44. 41.44. Discord, here we go. But yeah, if it's not 41.41, it could be 41.44. 41.43, 41.44 zones. And then 41.77. I don't think 41.43 is too bad here. There's some reactions here. It's also the break of the previous kind of high too, right? This 4 has no bottom wick on the way up, so if this can just continue up with no bottom wick here, that'd be nice. You can expect a reaction, right? And then the TP could even be the flip. Wow, that's a big TP, 370 if it comes up. But yeah, you have a lot of range, right? And even if you get a reaction down towards these body areas here, that minor support, you can look for, that's like 180. So you can have a runner here potentially if we get the wick entry sell, right? That's the hard part. The hard part is like if we can actually come up towards there, because it may not. It can come up towards here and reject, and that's going to change the way we approach it. But yeah, 41.44 is not bad. Hey, can y'all keep the chat English, please? Please, bruv. I mean, I can see the translation, but still, you know. Oh, you play this? Yeah, it's pretty chill. Just plays. Pretty chill, pretty chill. How far are we here? 240 away here. That's it. You don't gotta be too perfect with it too, right? But I think at least the break of these highs. So it could be anywhere, chat, between here and here. Right? That's the zone you're looking at. What are stops again? 1900? Or I think it's a little less now, right? Since we are getting a higher entry. around the same. 19, yeah, 1900. It's around the same still. News today? No news. I don't think. Oh no, you have unemployment claim. I forgot that even came out. What happened? 8:30. $140 pips, not bad. I forgot that was even a thing. Yeah, news came out. The only folder we have today, 215 over 218. So actual less is good for currency. Came out less. That's good. Came out good for the dollar, but gold still went up. See what I mean? It's orange folder though, so it might not be as aggressive, but still doesn't always come out as like as expected all the time, or it doesn't reflect the charts the same way every time. Let's see, chat. We're breaking the highs here. Like, this should be clean traffic. So 41.36, 41.42 between those areas there. That's what I'm looking for the wick entry sells, right? And if we get in, it's a 0.07 lot. Stops are around 1900 pips, 1980 pips. So basically 2000, you can say. But yeah, 0.07 lot if we do get in, okay? Could be the first trade in a week. Yeah, that is true. Like, that's what happened. I mean, there's more. I didn't like refer that as a drama. There's like drama aside from that, but that's what I'm trying to like fix though. So that's my number one priority. Yeah, no, that's not the drama. That's just that's just what happened. But that's my priority, so I'm trying to keep it out of the drama because I can't recover if I'm just focused on the drama all the time, right? Damn, I had to step away. Are we waiting for it to hit the zone? Yeah, we were waiting for 136.42, so we're close. Today could be the day where I was gonna say we can get a buy, but this is not even a buy. This is a wick entry sell. But yeah, first trade in over a week, I think, if we get one today. And I hope we don't make structure too. This 4 no bottom wick is nice. 27. What zones do we have earlier, chat? Was it here? 22. No, I think it was like 30 something, right? 31 or something. Do you take leg handle wick fills? We do. But when it lines up with our analysis, like I think right now, like I'm not looking for buys until 4,200, right? So I'm thinking you're referring to like this leg candle here. This is a leg candle. I didn't take it, or did I have ideas for it? Because I don't have buys until 4,200 above that structure, and there is a leg candle here, but this might be the first breakout area because this is way too close to the zone, so that might not be it. You know what I mean? But above. right? Like if there's more leg count, let's say like there's a leg candle here or something. Let's say there's like a leg candle here, something that looks like this, right? If we're above 4,200 and then this happens to be an area, right, we'll look for continuation of buys above there for the leg candle fill. So yeah, we do. Like in this case, we're still bearish as long as we're below 4,200. So if there's leg candles on the way down, that's something we'll look for too. Like I think there's a leg candle down here still that hasn't been filled. This is a very small one, but if we happen to get sells, you know, at those zones, that could be something. Let's see what else is there. I mean, that's the only thing I see right now. I could be missing something. There's a weekly leg candle. Like, look, the weekly overall is part of the reason why I'm kind of bearish though, because one, you're in this range here, right? And this is a leg candle on the weekly. So we might not be directly taking the weekly leg candle like, oh, this is a weekly trade. It's a weekly idea that runs the small time frame trades. So if we take sells, we can just base this off of the weekly as well, because that is that could be a, what do you call it, a confluence, right? But yeah, I think the only leg count as you might see is at 15 down there. $1.5% before work, W price. Ooh. We have a 1 hour bearish leg. We almost tapped the body. This one that just got filled. 1 hour bearish leg. Oh, this one? That could be one, yeah. It's a very small one. I missed it. Bot's connected. Everything should be good to go. Like, I hate when a bot disconnects. How far is it from the rebreak? 89 pips. We're close. Closer. There's a 5 doji-ish leg count here, you can say. What's up, Dylan? Good morning, good morning. Chat, see. Re-breaking the highs again. Could this be? Could this be? Sometimes music is kind of sad. It's focus music. Yeah, it's focus. I don't really, but it's a little like, you know, sometimes parts of it. Music's so good. Man, if you guys like it, I'll keep it. No problem. No problem. Should put on some Kanye. We put on some Kanye, bro. It's gonna be high cortisol stream. It's gonna be a little high cortisol. Try and keep the cortisol low in the morning. Dubai party music. You been in Dubai, Penzo? Or no? With your uncle? There's a lecandle right here. Is this the one you're talking about? Jay? Or not Jay? Reggie? Yeah, so that gets filled, we'll be in there. Do 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 do. Come on, go, just spike up, man. This broker broke the highs a couple times. 1, 2, 3 times overall. Broken these highs and have failed to drive. So could this be? What time is it? 2 minutes until NYC, chat. This could be the opening of NYC, could be our position, okay? Remember, 0.07 lot, 1980 is the stops. 1980 pips. So 0.07 lot for me. You can adjust whatever you want for you. Depends on your risk. My dream car, R8. I got rid of the R8 last June, but I don't think the R8 was my dream car. I think that was my problem. I didn't really get something that was my dream car, or yeah, like, cause when I had the R8, I was still looking around like, damn. I mean, the R8, I like the R8, but I don't think it was my dream car. Or at least in that budget of a dream car, right? In that same price range. The M4, I like the M4 more. I don't know, maybe because it's more of a personal thing. Because I feel like I like the M4 more because like growing up, like M4, like I actually had I saw people that like every time I was CEO, I actually turned my head. The R8, like I don't know, if I were to do it again, I would have got the I think I was between R8 and what was I between R8 and I think a Porsche, I think a GT3 RS, but the older models at the time. It wasn't the 992s, it was the 991 still. I think I would have gone 991s or 911 point, what's it called, 992.1, not the older models, like post before 2021, I think, right? And that, or maybe I don't know, forgot, but I did like the M4 more. Bro, I need an FAQ. God damn. How did I miss that? I told chat before though, or a couple times. Nah, I like the R8. You know what? Also, chat, the R8, man. Like after the whole like held at gunpoint situation, it was just kind of like, I'm like, fuck it, like, because like for me it was like, oh, I have an R8. I mean, I didn't think I had an R8. Like I had an R8, but it wasn't like, I was like, I mean, it's an R8, but I didn't realize like how much of a flash it was. In my head, an R8 wasn't a flash. I don't know. I just, when I had the R8, when I had the M4, it was kind of just a car to me. I was like, okay, whatever, it's just a car. But you know, people look at those things and like just see you as a piece of meat, and they want to just, you know, take what you worked for. So like I think part of it too with the R8 was just like I had just too many trackers under it. Like I found like multiple trackers under that car, and it was just, so yeah, I don't even share what cars I drive anymore or like what I do anymore because of that. So that kind of sucks, but that's kind of why I'm chilling right now. Yeah, we have a dual bike. But it was good. I'm glad I got it at 23. No, I still care for cars, don't get me wrong. I just don't care to show off my cars or anything like as I used to, like, or care to flex anymore. Like I flex to myself, you know. I'll get stuff for myself that I like, but I wouldn't like care to show much anymore. Like I'll just show a 1K account. I don't really care for showing to like make it a big thing, or like, oh, look at me, I hit 1 million on my MT5. Like I did it once to show that what's capable, and then I don't know. It's like even when I did do the 100K to 1 million, it was still something was still unfulfilling. I think part of it was just I don't know, something was unfulfilling about it for me. I got a car now. Yeah, I got cars. But I'm not gonna say what car I drive. Can we get a wick entry chat? Might be here, guys. But yeah, that's also when I started looking at, like, I don't know, all the relationships I had around me and just like the people, and it was just, it it was kind of like just hard for me, like to just see certain people the same way, and I don't know, it was not like a good year for me, to be honest. So, but no, that's why I came back, because I gotta finish what I started. I can't just end it off there. But that's also why I went on Twitch too, right? When I went on Twitch, it was kind of like therapy for me, kind of, because I got to connect with my chat. But at the same time, it wasn't like too much, like, it was trading in there too, but it wasn't like too much trading. It was more of just having like a little more fun, get my mind together. And then I did Diviso 1 to get my trading together. And then now I feel like trading wise, like this is the best I felt trading wise. So then now it's just time to do it on YouTube again. So that's kind of my journey the last 2 years. But Diviso 1 was lit. When we were in Diviso 1 doing it like privately, like it was good, because like, I don't know, we were just focused on training, right? And just improving the strategy. Is there a vid from Twitch? No, I told it. I think I told it on one of the NFP streams on YouTube. Netflix doc. Yeah, Netflix doc gonna go crazy. Gonna go crazy. Yeah, I mean, they didn't take anything, but I got away fine and safe. But you know, my mental was taken away after that. It was a toll on me for that entire year. Damn, this thing is just ranging now. 930 NYSE. Where is the volume? Where is the volume? How far are we now? 70-ish pips. Vom on NASDAQ. Let's see, this better not be in that same range. Oh wow, it's actually moving in the same range. All right, so something's moving. Should be able to move gold soon. I wonder if this is gonna be one of those like slow drives up, right, and then like get like a 1-2 pop correction. Let's see. Yeah, remember, I don't want to see pullbacks here, right? So there are pullbacks coming up. We're gonna have to adjust the zones. Like, I think this is still okay between like 36 and 42. Get ready though. Could be any candle could spike up 79 pips in a minute, right? Could be quick. You? Most definitely. Number 1. No, you're number 2. You see number 2 next to your name? Number 2 hater. Who's number 1 in chat right now, actually? Price. Price is number 1. Price MB. What's the price? Price is going up. What's up, Eddie? Come on, gold. Really? That's it, man? That's all we're gonna tap? News in 19. Did I miss it? What do you have in 19? 10 a.m. Oh, existing home sales? Hey, shit, who knows? Natural gas storages is actually a hit or miss. Sometimes it does move. But yeah, you have that, and you have 30-year bond auction at 101. So this place is emotional, man. What's up, Lime? Lime Blitz? Isn't Blitz an NFL play? Blitz. Here we go. Could this be? How much was that pullback? Not much, right? Barely made a dent. Barely made a dent. It's kind of good though. Like coming up, it's not too aggressive. The only issue movement that could occur is if it starts like pulling back and then it moves up aggressive, because then you're gonna have to move it, right? But if it's coming up slowly, like this isn't, I wouldn't consider this to be like structure. Maybe like something like this could be more structure. Like I think this is just kind of like, it's pullbacks, right? But still nothing too severe, and that's fine. If it comes up slow, the pop that can be quick. That could be the actual correction, and that's what I'm hoping to get in on, if we can be part of that. Right, because this is even like a move down like this, it doesn't look too crazy here, but that's like 240 pips, so lots of volatility if that happens. And again, we could get a runner too. These ranges are pretty good, even down towards this resistance, the support here that you have right now, like right here. This could be a BE zone for later, like areas that you struggle coming up with, right? This like 90 pips, and then this is like TP 300 pips, which is the 4-hour flip. But you just gotta fill this area first. All right, chat. So get ready. It's within that blue zone. We're looking for the wick entries. It's just the minimum is the break of this high. Once you break that high, whatever pops into the range should be the blue range. And I think there's a leg candle fill happening right now, so this could be something. News prep. No, the 10 a.m. one I'm okay with. Like that's like an orange folder. Doesn't mean it can't come out volatile, but usually like I trade through to the 10 a.m. If I get trades, I can get trades before 10 a.m. That's fine with me. If it's a red folder and let's say it's like 955 or 950, that's usually when I'll be like, okay, cool, let's wait for news to come out first. Because how I view news isn't like, oh, how news gonna come out, is it gonna push us up or down, but I view it as like price is supposed to go to where it's supposed to go to already. It's already set in stone, so volume kind of just helps that with news, right? So if in this case here, if like you're anticipating a move up towards 4142, news comes out, takes us up there, but you're also expecting a reaction there, that doesn't really affect my trading at that zone because you're still gonna get the same move. Unless it's like NFP or like a red folder. Like in this case, if there was a red folder today, I wouldn't use this zone. I would probably use something a lot higher because I would expect more volume to come out for a bigger red folder, right? So then maybe I'll use like a 40, I'll use like maybe like a 5.6 or something instead, right? Or 7.7 or 7.7. Where was 7.7? Yeah, 7.7, 4177. Holy, another range. What is your plan when price reaches your blue zone? Wick entry sells, so immediate sells at 4136 to 4142. So I'm waiting for this move up so I can get that actual reaction. So think about it as like a sell limit is basically what I'm doing today on this exact idea. The other idea is going to be if you start breaking into this range here, we'll start looking for sells, but more so below here. Below there, I'll start looking for sells. What the fuck is this? The dark was end. Get the shit out of me. But yeah. If you get a fake out, then I'm gonna have to wait to see if it's a fake out, right? So I don't want to take a sell here because I don't have enough information to anticipate it. I could say it's a lower high here, but that's all I got. The fact that this could be a lower high, that's not really a confirmation for me, right? I want to actually see it move down, and then once it moves down, there could still be a higher low to go up, right? So I want to see some structure. So if you get a lower high and a re-break, then that's when we can start hunting. So I'm assuming that's more so below here. So yeah, the closest thing we have right now is that blue zone. That blue zone is the wick entry sum. Wick entry sells. Wick entry sells. Might be our most common play this year. Yeah, wick entry sells, chat. 170. Or no, hold on. Close. Wick entry sells is up there. Remember when we first introduced wick entry sells in like 2023, 24? I think a lot of people are tweaking already. They're like, huh? Well, why would you take such a risky entry, right? But then over time, you know, it just happens to be like now one of our most common plays. So these things just take a little bit of time to develop, really. But yeah, 2 years later, like almost, maybe next year could be number one play. Because the wick entry sells, man, like it gives you an advantage in terms of like if you were to be bullish like this, let's say you were bullish and you were looking for buys, like instead of always looking for like, oh, you know how you have a range and you want to wait for a closure above, you can just wait for, if you're trending bullish already and you know you're trending bullish, any higher low could be a potential higher low to come back up, right? So then you can take advantage of that. And even if you're wrong, the most you can get is like, let's say you get a wick entry buy off of this zone here. Even if it does reverse, it will never just reverse like this. Like rarely ever. Like it does, but not that common, right? You usually would get like some structure first. So like worst case, you can also be part of the, like if you're wrong about like this coming back up to re-break, at least you'll get the reaction already. So then that wick entry buy is valid. It gives you a higher probability of playing out. Or like for instance, even like this, like let's say you don't have a zone here. Let's say you got some more zones like down here, you got more zones down here, more zones down here. Like as you push down and this move down doesn't have any pullbacks, let's say it just constantly moves down, you can have more other wick entry buy areas too. So it's like a woman situation. Or even like when you're ranging, right? Like this is another play that we take with wick entries, but when you're ranging, and let's say you have like some type of resistance to the left, like here, like let's say looking left at one point, there was clean traffic, right? Something like this. And then you have like some type of resistance here, right? So if you understand that this right here is a range, right? And this is what's the bias here, chat? Like bearish, right? You're coming down here. So if you get a move up here above for the first time, what do you think is going to happen? Like there's a high chance you get a reaction, because again, price doesn't just come up like this. It'll likely give you a pullback, right? A higher low to continue up. And if this even continues up, because again, this is bearish, so this can just be a fake out. You know what I mean? So it gives you like just higher probabilities of playing out. It puts you in better situations than just taking like the breakouts all the time. So yeah, there's two ways of taking it: continuations, or you know, first breakout could be a fake out. You hear me saying that a lot. So over here, if you have if for instance, like right here, if you on the 4-hour time frame here have like a range right here, this is your resistance and this is your support, this is the range. The first breakout above this range, what do you bump into? You got a leg candle right here. This is a leg candle. So like what would you expect on a leg candle? You expect the formation to form, right? If you have a leg candle fill right here, you expect a reaction off the body zone. The body zone happens to also be some of these struggle areas as well. So if you break above the range for the first time, you can look for a wick entry sell at 42.50, because again, prices, it's very rare price to just pop up like this. If it were to continue up, there's a high chance you'll get some pullbacks, right? Some structure like this, and that's your move. If it were to continue up, then amazing, you'll have like some structure anyways. And if it were to be a fake out, then even better, you now have some runners. So it gives you like more ideas. That's not bad though. 42.56, 42.63. All right, let's see. Third minute opened up here. I think we're still in the same zone here. Where 5 opened up here. Where the 15 opened up here. If this can flip, it could even be a leg candle close. We could treat these 2 4 candles as one bullish leg. Eh? One bullish leg. Which ones? Oh, those 2? Yeah, you could below here. Yeah, if you combine them, you could like this. You can do that. That's called inefficient reversal movement. Gets corrected. Inefficient reversal movement. So slow drives up and a quick pop down, 1-2 pop correction. In my mind. Yeah. How'd you find the blue zone? Just resistance, really. Like just minor zones on the way up. So this point here, next level is up here, just on the way up to some points. But the way you come up matters more than the actual point itself. You don't want to like set and forget your zones. You never want to do that. All right, see, this is the biggest pullback so far. Most volatile one. check your question. I did. The 2 leg candles, right? Yeah, you can treat it like one. These 2. Yeah, I think I just did it. Below like 40.58. That's your sells. That's what we got at least. Let's see, chat. Shit, man. It looks like wick entries could be moved. This is the first time you're breaking on lows there. Dude, this place sounds different from yesterday's playlist. Yesterday sound more. Me too, though. Deadass. Turks and Caicos in Dominican. In Vietnam. And Miami. Holy, I've only been to tropical islands. Or tropical places. I don't think I've ever traveled to like somewhere cold before. Screw the pause VAR gurus. Honestly, man, I've noticed, chat. Have you guys noticed that negative VAR has been on the come up? Like, I swear I like I've seen like more negative VAR videos come up lately. Or is it just me? But look, even this. Like, look at this. Oh shit, it might be coming up. Oh shit. Chat, get ready. 36. Could it be? Get ready. 0.07 lot, right? Could be it. 1 a.m. or 10 a.m. new opening. The break of these highs, that's what you want to see at least. So we're close, but you know, I still want to see a break of the high into the blue zone. 1 hour has no bottom wick too, so that's nice. And this is a very slow move up. Could it be? Small pullback. What do you have in the next zone? 42. 42. Damn. No way again, right? This close? 20. Wait, no, we did get a trade yesterday, right, chat? We got like a break-even trade yesterday. I forgot. I did a long stream yesterday. We did get something yesterday. Almost there, chat. Not yet. Not there yet, right? I want to see you get there. If it doesn't get there, then it doesn't get there. We won't get the ideas. But that is the zone. This is a leg candle fill here, so I would assume it's gonna fill the leg candle, right? That should be clean traffic. Here we go. No, don't break below that low you just made. Candle came up, pull back, it's been ranging here on the 1 second chart. If it re-breaks the lows like this, comes back up like that, that's how it's gonna look, right? So you want to move that zone. But right now you're still floating here, so if you can just pop up here, that'd be nice. Okay, ready, chat? And the break, perfect. Wick entry sells right there. So yeah, I got on sells right there, chat. Wick entry sells. I think BEs could maybe be 46.30, and then trail stops could be the break. Maybe this could be BE and trail stops could be the break, and then I think we just keep trailing. But again, TP will attempt like something down here. Where's the 1 hour flip? Around here, that'll be BE or TP. BE is a re-break of that line, okay? So below 41.31 will be BE. And then trail stops is right below it. I want this bottom wick right there. You see the bottom wick right there? That's where I want trail stops at. And here you go. So risk-free trade. The re-break of this low should be a trail stop, so get ready. No, is that it? Can we flip? Can we flip? Let me just move it to the highs. And that's it. This is a leg candle right here, chat. That's why I want to be extra aggressive with that. Damn. Spreads are kind of like not that tight here anyways too. I wanted that to be a little tighter because then you can get a quicker pop down, right? But it came down towards the trail stop zones. 31 got tapped. There's that 15 no bottom wick there. So just a reaction zone that it could be. That's all that really was. And that's where it reacted off of. That was a trade. Not bad though. 1155. What percent did we get there? Nothing crazy, right? Like Man, it would have been nice if we got a runner there. 1 hour had no bottom wick too, but maybe we can get another entry. It won't be the same zone for sure. I think our next zone chat is going to be more so 54 to 41.77. All right, chat. But yeah, that's that trade. We'll journal that out. And I think it's still early today too, so we could get another trade. It's only 10. 11:55. All right. But yeah, if we didn't trail stops, then we'd just be a BE anyways. I think if we did a decent job, we peaked at 35 pips. It's not bad. Cool. All of that for how many pips did we get there? 18. All of that for 18 pips. Yes. Sometimes that's how it be. 16.5 pips. All right. So let me journal this out, chat, and then we'll come back and we'll see what we can do next. Okay. Seven, 9, 2026. What time was that trade taken at? So here, this is the signal sent, right? Boom, 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 boom. 10:04. Signal got sent. The trade was only 1 minute and 14 seconds, so it wasn't that long. No drawdown today. Again, back to back, no drawdown days. But yeah, signal sent 10:04. NY session, gold sells again, more sells again, wick entry sells, 1 hour full, and we did 16.5, 17 pips, pretty much. What percent did we get there? 0.40. Okay, not bad. That's like our biggest trade we've had since like end of June. That's our biggest trade of the month, 0.14. But yeah, slow month to start, right? I think we're only up like not even a percent for the month. Pretty slow start. 0.81%. 0.40. So yesterday was 0.07. 0.40%. Not bad. Not too bad. I thought we got a lot less than that. That's not bad. 0.40 is pretty good. Wait, no, today is, I'm tripping. 7, 8, 9, 1, 7. 2026. $10.04. New York gold bearish normal sells liquidity 1 hour time frame, wick entry sells, 4 hour stops, 1 hour time frame, just straight 1 hour time frame, chat. That's much more resistance, the BE minutes, the 1 minute, the 1 hour. That's all I use really. Liquidity, yeah. On the 1 win 0.07 lots, 11.55. 16.5. Drawdown, there was none, right? That was straight profits. 0 drawdown. Max profits, I think we've been getting like 25 like lately, like 25, 30, and then just BEs. I think our BE zones are also a little wider too, right, chat? They're not as aggressive, or in terms of pips wise, it's the same zones, but it's gonna give you more pips. I think we peaked there at 36 pips, so I'll put that down. 36 pips peaked. Exit reasoning is trail stop loss hit on the minute. Trail stop loss and 16 pips and 16.5 pips. All right. So yeah, chat. That is that trade. So we waited all morning for that one idea. We waited for the entire move up. It happened. And look, this could be a 1-2 pop. I think it's gonna get a little better here, I think, in terms of volume. But yeah, this is a range, and this is a slow move up, and this could be a correction of that. And I don't know from here if it's gonna be completely a fake out. Like, I don't know if it's gonna come all the way down here. If it does, then that's our sell zones below there. But 1 hour flipped, right? So let's remove these for now. I think our next idea will be wick entry sells. Wick entry sells. 2 ways of finding them though. I think the first way is that if you do come down towards like 40.58, or not even like, maybe even like, yeah, 40.58, I want to see this structure break here into this range here, and then you get a pullback. You can get a first initial reaction, wick entry sell, expecting a higher low to occur before going up or before going down. Number 2 is continuation of just breakout sells, which is going to be below like 45.8. And then the other idea is if you come up, make a steeper top wick, we can look for another wick entry sell, but it won't be the exact same price point, right chat? Because this is already pulling back here, and I think this is the biggest pullback you've had since the move. But if you do push up, I don't think it'll be a 42 either. I'm looking more so of like 7.7 or what I have, 7.7 or 5.6 zones at least. Let me just find these zones again, because there's still a chance you can come up higher. That doesn't, the 1 hour flip, right? But it doesn't always lead to a position for sells. So let's see what we got next, right? So we're in this range here. We know that. I'm looking at more so of this. What's this? That's not bad. Let's see. What is 41.67? Okay. I mean, it's not bad. I think it's just like how you come up, because like based on if you come up like with structure, or you come up like, let's say from here without structure, that really matters too. But yeah, it could be between like anywhere in this blue box next. That's your next zone. But I think here we might have to wait out for this range here, because our positions won't be at least until below here or above here. All right. So basically this red zone here, let me just delete this red zone here, probably looking to avoid. And then the green zone is what we're looking to take. So those are my ranges. Alright chat, that's pretty much it. I mean, you know, nothing crazy for the runner, but you're not always gonna get anything crazy. But one thing that you do want to do is just be consistent in how you find your zones and your levels and your entries, because you don't want to wake up, you know, like let's say today you woke up a little more like chill mentally, so you're not going to be hunting for trades too crazy, right? But then let's say you take a win, and now you're going off of hype. You wake up tomorrow more hype because you took a win yesterday. Now you're being more aggressive with the entries. Like you just want to wake up in the same mindset, or approach the charts with the same mindset every day. So some days the market might give you runners, some days it may not. But it's based on the markets, what that's going to give you. So that's why I think like having like the BE zones and the trail stop zones really helps, because no matter what, you're always going to be able to identify support and resistance, right? If you use that same exact strategy each day. So eventually you'll get a runner. Like I think we've been through this type of phase too, where like there weren't that many runners for a little bit, and then it just kind of picks up over time. But like, look, like I think there was a time, I think here, you know, like December was a little slow. Maybe we took a loss afterwards, but then the runners started coming. The runners started coming in this area, right? And then, you know, a little slow, nothing crazy. And then a runner came, you know, like every now and then you get runners, they happen, but you can't force runners. They just happen. If they happen, they happen. You think the market will go further down? I'm not too sure. I'm not sure what's going to happen here. I don't know if this is going to be a higher low or lower high, or this is going to be a higher low. So that's the battle right now. That's why that range there, for me, it's like a non-tradable range, aside from wick entry sells. Because that's the fight now. Like that's the higher time frame going against the higher, like the daily versus the 4 and the 1 is what you're looking at, right? Like you're bearish on the daily, sure. So anything here could be lower highs to come down. But at the same time, looking at the 1 and the 4, you're starting to develop a little bit of bullishness, just a little bit, right? Like you've had this push here, a little bit of bullish, and a little bit of structure on the way down, but then now you're coming back up. And if this starts to break into this area, you can get a fake out into that range, and this is just going to be a higher low, all of this, like this green zone here. So yeah, there could be buys too, chat. There could be buys too, but I will want to see like something like this occur. You can come down and come back up like that. Above there could be buy ideas. But I do want to see that pop down first to confirm that buy idea, right? Because again, it's a battle still. Why Pen and J not mods yet? I don't think Penzo wants to be a mod. And not everybody has to be a mod. Some people just want to chill. Not everyone wants to like manage a chat. And just because you're an OG doesn't mean you're a mod. Like a mod, you have responsibilities. First of all, you gotta fucking respect the chat. You can't be like sending signals in the chat. You can't be like, bro, you can't be a mod if you over here on other people's shit, because like you're not loyal to the community, bro. Like that's a whole different community. So it's like, you know, like you got responsibilities, bro. Like if you're gonna be a mod, you're gonna be a mod, but not an OG doesn't mean you have to be a mod. An OG is like an OG, you know, cool. You've been to the streams for a little bit, cool, lit. But like there's responsibilities. Not everyone wants to have those responsibilities. But Pencil said he doesn't even want to be a mod. Cause you gotta be able to answer questions. And some of my mods don't even answer questions, right? Like we only just got back to streaming, so there's like the people left over that are still here, but there'll be new mods. I've only been back for 3 months. Like, you know what happened 3 months? Do you know how many people in the last 3 months have said they're gonna be here every single day, and then by like the 2 weeks in, they're not here no more? It's like, oh, I'm locked in here now. I'm about to be locked in here every single day. And then next thing you know, they're gone. I never see them again. So it's like, I can't. 3 months is not enough sample sizing. You need at least like, I need at least like 8 months, at least. Because look at my last mod. I don't want to make the same mistake with my last mods, bruh. My last mods I had like before, all they did was just sell like random bots and shit behind my back. So like, why would I want that again, you know? So I'm just like more like protective of that. I just want more protective of my peace. I don't want to just give like random people mods and then they just do shit behind my back and sell shit. Like if you're gonna send a signal to chat, you're gonna probably sell signals and shit, you know? Nothing wrong with that, but again, go fish in your own pond. Don't go fish in my pond. I can teach you how to trade and you can go fishing. I teach you how to fish, but you gotta go fish in your own pond, bro. Don't be coming to my pond. You know what I mean? So that's just a respectful point of view. Like Pencil doesn't do that. W Pencil doesn't do shit, bro. Jory doesn't do that. Doesn't do shit. You know, A doesn't do that. Doesn't do shit. Wicked doesn't do that. Doesn't do shit. But there's been a lot of mods in the past that have. So I don't want to make that mistake again, because look what happened. Yeah, it just goes to shit. It's like everyone's kind of hopped on that wave of like, oh, I want to do things for free. I want to do things for free. You know, next thing you know, like the moment they get a little bit of like interest from the community, because I put people on, bruh. And I love putting people on, because that's what it's all about. I put people on, we build a community, great. But it's when I put people on and then they just go stab you behind my back. It's like, fuck you, bro. Get out of here, yo. You know what I mean? So I don't want that to happen. So that's why I'm more selective about my mods now than before. It's like, if I spot something that could be an error, no, bro. So that's why I'm gonna take my time with it. I want to make sure everyone's on the same page. Not just no, here you go, here you go. I'm not Oprah, bro. I can't be hand mods up like Oprah. I'll hand out money like Oprah, but you know what I mean? I gotta be a little wise there. I was close to BE. You got BE, Reggie? Shit, man, spreads are kind of wide. I'm not gonna lie, man. It wiped out a little bit too. But yeah, not everyone wants to be a mod, chat. Some people just want to chill, you know. There's responsibilities and shit too. Cause I don't pay for mod. I don't like right at this point we don't have like I don't pay for mods. It's more of like if you want to support, you want to support. So it's like a bit of balance, you know. Like if I pay, you know, there'll be more people interested to be a mod. But it's like if I want to pick mods, I want to just run a community. They got some free time or something, you know. Maybe they're already profitable. They just want to chill. Some people are like that. Trades taken, W search. Let me do that. Let me do that, bro. Anyways, chat, look at this chart, man. This is the negative RR trend. Like, you telling me we didn't have some influence with this, bro? But like, look, over time, it has gone up. Negative risk to reward. It's been more of a thing. I don't know how Google Trends is calculated, but it's been more of a thing. I've seen it a lot more on like my algo. What am I doing here? Record true. Gold sells plus 16.5 pips. Oh no. Percentages. 0.40. There we go. There we go. Just got home that I missed a trade. Yeah, but it wasn't anything crazy. It wasn't anything too crazy. And we're looking for more just volume here. I think this volume could get better. What's up, Cookie? Let's update the record too. Hey, pretty good area though, overall, chat. Pretty good area. I know we still got, you know, an overall rejection off of that area. So, you know, did anyone get runners? Some people got BEs. Anyone get like a much better? Anyone held past that first pullback? Let's see, where did we get in? Yeah, this would have came back to hit for me for sure. But if you held past that first pullback, it broke the highs again. 3 runners. Seven two 1 2 3 82 87.46 75 7614. I was in from 4130. I took profits. Chat, send your profits in the Discord. Profits from stream under the new Discord. Cool. Looking good for sells. If we retest and reject again from it. Looking good, looking good. 4 could still flip. There's no bottom wick there, right? Where's 4 flip? 415? 4105? Not too bad. I mean, this is just volume. It could be a double fake out too. Like if you look at this as like a range and yeah, a fake out here and a fake out above, it could be a double fake out too, yeah. Damn, you got an extra 20 pips. Jeez. Not bad. You gotta buy. I haven't heard of buy in a minute. Wait, you gotta buy above 36? Did you even break above 36? Oh, you're looking for buys above 36. True. New ideas, yeah. Just wick entry sells. I have like, what did I have earlier? I just had the zones. I have a 4169. Next wick entry sell zone. 4169. Maybe a little lower. It could be a 41. Actually, no. Yeah, 4170 zones, I'll say. Next area for me. And that's about it. So I'm gonna need to see this come up. 400 pips. It's a little far. We'll see. We have a bit of time left. And I don't know if we had that volume today yet. I think like the whole day has been like ranging for the most part, right? Like what time did we get on at 8? Yeah, you've been ranging. Like I wouldn't say. I mean, you had to move Wednesday, yesterday at like London, and then last night Asian. You kind of ranged London. That's when you had to move, right? So you had a decent move there, like a 100 pip pop. So it's been London this entire like last 2 weeks. London moves and NY just kind of ranges and moves late. I wouldn't be surprised if you get another 3 p.m. push today too. But yeah, man. That's it. There could still be potential. Not buys. Buys are not bad. I think buys, the reason I don't have buys is because I want some structure. That's why it is. I want to see a move down like this before coming up. And then I'll start looking for buys above here. Because I do like this fake out. I do like how like this is like a range here. And this broke below, right? So now as you break into it, you're expecting to fill it. I just need a confirmation of that happening. And for me, that might require like a move down before coming back up first. So, yeah. That's what I'm waiting on. 4142 zones. I don't know. I'm just like I'm not. It's not the fact that it's not into the range, because it is breaking into the range here, and it looks like it's holding so far decent. But at any given point, right, without breaking the highs here, any of this could just be a lower high. So it can literally just come all the way back down and just continue on coming down here. So that's why I want to see a move down to confirm that it's not going to stay down. Because if you get a move down and then you come back up, what's the point of that move down? That's your liquidity then, right? That's your answer right there. Boom. So I think that's what's lacking for me. But it is in the range. Like, it's showing that it should go up in this area. I'm just lacking a confirmation. Tier 1 for 599. The YouTube tier 1, no. That's I honestly it's just for the celery. Like, you see how long you've been here for. Cool. Live streams are on admeast.com. It's under signals. It should be right here. Right here. So no, tier 1 is just like a YouTube, I think ad free you get too. No ads. But I think the ads are minimum. Chat, how many ads you guys get per stream? If you don't have like ad block or like YouTube premium. Not too many, right? I put it to the lowest setting. $3 per hour. Is that a lot? I don't know. I have YouTube Premium, so Twitch is, yeah, Twitch ads are a minute. At least on YouTube you can skip them. 5 seconds, 15 seconds, and you skip. But on Twitch it's like a minute, 7 minutes long of ads. Like sometimes they play crazy ads. I don't know. I never cared to monetize YouTube as much. That's why I play copyright music, because it didn't really matter too much to me. It's just the experience that I wanted. If I join, would I join here on you? Or you on Discord? It'll be on Discord. So once you yeah, you get access to the Discord, the private Discord servers, and then in there's like a live it's called live session, and that's where we go live every day. And then I'm also training Asian now too. So we started training Asian for Core 3 again. We haven't had any trades for Asian yet, but I've been looking at Asian every day almost. London seems like the session right now. I won't be trading London though. I don't think I'll ever be trading London again unless I move to a different country. I need some sleep. Yeah, xauusd every morning. Like you can look at the journal. This is the journal of all the trades I take. So you can see, like, you can look at this one too. Do exclamation point TBJ or a journal in the chat. This link should pop up. You can see the max drawdown, so you know where you're getting yourself into. But yeah, basically what we do on stream. Asian, yeah, Asian, I looked at it for quick. Like Asian, how I approach is like, I'll look at it like every 15 minutes, and then if it just dies off in volume, it's usually short-lived in Asian. So it's like 15 minutes of volume, and then it just dries out. I'll just call it a day. But usually like by like 10:30, that's kind of what I'm calling it. Right, trades are so small. I'm sure there's people who trade smaller pips than me, man. There's no such thing as small. Are you holding or taking profits? I'm out the trade, man. I'm out. We got out earlier. It was only a minute we got in for. We hit our trail stop zones. I'm Canadian, bro. Give me a deal. Man, you know my first course I bought was from a US dude. Or from a Canadian dude. And he made me pay US pricing. It's the same price for everybody, man. I'm talking about the trade volume. It's not up to me and on what I want to get. Like I can put a TP there, but I'm gonna follow my strategy, which is like having my break-even zones and my trail stop zones. So it's just whatever the market gives me. Like, but I can't choose like what I want to make for the day or how many pips I can gain. It's just up to the markets, right? If the markets were more volatile and not push off bat, then I would have gone a runner, but it hit my trail stop zones and profit, and that was it. No regrets. On to the next trade, onto a next trade idea, right? But that trade idea is over with. And that's how I approach it. Like, I can't really make up like or decide what I want to get for the day. I don't just wake up and be like, today I want 100 pips. Like, I could do that and force it, but then what does that lead to long term, right? Forcing trades, forcing pips, forcing positions that's not there on the markets. That's gonna lead to you just chasing. So I try to have a strategy where it just keeps me like leveled every day, which is just saying like it's not really up to me, it's up to price. I'll mark up my BE zones and trail stop zones every trade, and then market will make its decision on what it wants to do. But I can't control that, right? And that's what we've been doing. Because when you force it, it's an emotional thing now. And subconsciously, even like your levels, when you draw it up to, like if you're forcing a certain range, your levels, instead of drawing it where there is an actual resistance, like let's say you're looking at gold here, right? And let's say you took a loss yesterday, for instance, right? There's a resistance here. But since like you want to make back the loss yesterday, you're now gonna take a position like this instead. It's like, instead of having your TP here, because this is a high level of or like a pretty strong resistance, so it's not a guarantee that it's gonna reject. You can come up towards here, and then let's say you close here and it can still run. It doesn't need to, again, reject, right? But there is a high chance that it could reject. So I'm making decisions off of those areas. What I could also do is like move my TP up to here, and then have like this zone here as like a BE zone or a trail stop zone. So as it comes up towards here, I'll make a decision. But these are my decision making levels, so that when I get to that price point, I'm not looking at my profits and being like, this is running, man. Let's just run this. Fuck it. Forget the BE. Let's just make it run. Now I'm thinking emotionally, right? So if I make these decisions beforehand, like marking my BEs, marking up my trail stop zones, and then letting price do what it wants to do, the market will decide what it wants to give it. I don't gotta make that emotional. I don't gotta have that emotional attachment to the charts. That's kind of how I approach it. Just always have BE zones and trail stop zones set on every trade, because that's a routine, right? And trading is all about consistency. So if you follow that same routine every day, it won't be the exact price points every day, right? But the same routine in terms of marking those zones, you're consistent, and that's what's gonna play out long term, not emotions, right? I used to not do that though. We used to just close half at 10 pips, then close another half, right? But I've since like I started trailing stops and profit chat, like I think pips wise, we're doing a lot better than the prior years. Like this year alone, we're up like almost 2,000 pips. We're at 1,800 for the year. A year like 2022, when I was closing half, we're at 1,700. We still got like 5 months to go, right? 2023, we're at like 1,200. So it's like percentage wise, pips wise, like we're getting a lot more. If there's anyone in this chat can vouch for community guys, seems like a legit good man, you could just watch the streams for free and see if you like it. Because I'm not gonna apply any pressure on, you know, it's just up to you. Like, it's your decision. Just watch this. The streams are free. See, this is literally a live demo. You know, some people be asking me like, yo, can you do a free trial? Bro, I've been doing a free trial for 8 years now. You know, like, bro, 8 years of free trial. But yeah, like that's The streams are free, so take your time. Make that decision on your own. Chat, how much have you guys had made this year? You know, some people don't type in the chat. I don't know, but chat, how much percentage have you made this year? On stream, I've given out total, and this is assuming you take every trade, right? Not everyone here's for every trade, but look, on this stream, we've given out, since I first came back on YouTube in March, let's say March 13, until today, we've given out 31.18%. So that's if you follow every trade. You know, not everyone's gonna be here every day, but on top of that, the ideas that I give out during the trades too, that I'm not taking, that some people could also be taking, like there's different ways to capitalize off of the free streams. But if you follow every trade, that's 31% of your account growth. So $100 account, that's 130. $1,000 account, that's 1,300. You know, 100K account, it's 130. From 100 to 130, it's 30%, and that's for free. Didn't stay for the vibes. Yeah, W, man. But if it's live and free, why don't I pay? Get it? There's no delay, but also I'm trading Asian again. I haven't traded Asian in like 2 years or a year and a half, I think. But we're gonna be trading Asian soon. Or right now we're trading Asian. 100% this year, sheesh. Sheesh. But you can also fish on your own too. Like you don't even need the signals if you want to just learn the strategy. It's a little hard to learn the strategy on the streams though, because there's a lot of like analysis and trading during it, but step by step, like that's what the course is for. Literally everything I do regarding my negative RR strategy. Yeah, we're ranging here, man. We might call it a day soon. What time is it? 11, 10, 15, 10:43. I'll give it another, let's see, 10 minutes, and then we just continue ranging. We'll call it a day, okay? I was looking like it's just one of those slow days. Might be a late day. But Divas 01, I'll see you guys in there later, if anything. You're gonna go live in Asian? No. But I send this, like, I would like describe everything I'm looking for in the signal channel. So you'll see me saying like, oh guys, I'm looking for positions here. These are the average stops. And then we just wait until, we wait to see if that occurs. Like the same way I do it on stream. And then let's say like I'm looking for a wick and sell. It comes near it and it rejects. I'll be like, okay guys, we're moving it up towards this zone instead. And So I'm just like keeping a live update the same way I do here. But there's receipts now. But then I'll send the signal. I don't want over the weekend, but fuck it. Wait. What, on the... Where'd you guys sell that? That's another weekend, huh? 40.32. Hey, it's only Thursday. I think tonight and tomorrow could be crazy. Come on, down for 10. No, we have extra minutes today. Extra 10 minutes added to the clock. I'm usually on till 11. Unless like yesterday it was on till 1, but 11, and then that's when I kind of start on it. I don't know. I just don't think we have a move today yet, chat. I think there's something brewing, man. Because why would you, like, this is a double fake out here, right? Like, for what? There's got to be a reason for it. And it's just, it might be at like 1 p.m., 2 p.m. But there's got to be a reason for it. Profits this year for me is 18%. Shit, W, man. Do. What news do we have just now? 10:30 natural gas storages. Swaps. Chat, did you guys know that on Wednesdays there's more swaps than any other day of the week? I think you get a 3-to-1 on a Wednesday. So like if you're making like, let's say $5 on swaps on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, you'll make $15 on a Wednesday if you hold over the weekend or hold over the rollover. W, man. I'll see you in there. I guess it's ranging towards 162, but it needs a top 40. Yeah, I think there's volume missing, right? So when there's volume missing, usually you need a breakout of one end before going in the other end or continuing in that end. So that's why I draw the blue ranges, just so it helps me like visualize like, oh, what do we need to break to get volume here? So usually when you have like this, like highs and now you have lows here, this is just the range. You need to break out before you have volume. Otherwise, you're just stuck in the same market cycle. Like you're just stuck here. And in here, it doesn't, you know, if you move up or down in here, don't get me wrong, it's a big range, 440, but it's directionless. So would you rather trade when it's directional or directionless, right? You got a flight tomorrow? Watch the World Cup? There's no games there. We better watch Dictator and Mbappe later. Never been to Canada? Close? Where? NYC? Close enough. NYC. Chat, look at this. Look at this playlist cover. Matcha? Like this is like every 20. This is like literally every 22 to 27-year-old right now. Deadass. This is the meta. This is deadass what it is. Matcha. Black coffee is sig. Gotta be from London, man. I know your ass from London. Fake mink. Dun, 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 dun. Cape Town? Cape Town mad rich, no? Been in the game for... I've been in the game for 7-8 years now. I'm about to be a decade. In 3 years, 2 years, and 2 years is gonna be a decade. I've been in the game. I can finally say I've been doing something for 10 years. That's kind of lit. How long have you guys been in the game for? I don't think trading is one of those things you just kind of like stop doing. Even if like you have something else that makes more money in trading, I feel like it's always something you just kind of have like in the background going on, because it doesn't require much time. Once you have the skill, you have the skill, right? Like, and you have a bunch of other businesses set up already. Like, I don't think there's any way you could just stop trading. It's just... Last April? How old are you? 40, hold on. Bro, she's not 40, bro. She's younger than me. 40, bro. 3 years? 4 years? 4 years. One half years. I think usually people quit at like 8 months. 8 months to like maybe between 1 and 2 years. That's like the average time. Then people might quit for a little bit and come back. Or because that's like the break-even stage, right? Like I think it only takes really like maybe, not guaranteed for everybody, but maybe like 8 months to like, if you trade every day on charts from Monday to Friday, I think 8 months to like a year, you can probably get to like a good BE stage if you like actually lock it in every day. If you don't lock it in every day, it could take you like 3 years to get to BEs, maybe more, but depends how much effort you put into it. Also age too, right? Like, you know, there's people who start at like 40 or 45 years old, chat, 50 years old, and they have all the wisdom to just, they have all the discipline down already. So when they trade, it's like they learn a lot quicker than those who are like in their like 19, 18, 20, 21. Like, so it's kind of good to be at Unkin trading, you know? Unkin trading is good. There, Jake. Your older brother? Sheesh. Do. We have extra minutes. Yeah, what if I just want to hang out? Why do I have to be in a charge just to trade, right? What if I just want to hang out, you know? Fuck. Might as well start popping up the FL Studio. Do. Freestyling? Alright, maybe I should hop off. Maybe I should hop off. Retire? You should try and take 1 trade a day, bro. No, I don't try to take 1 trade a day. It's like 0 to infinity trades. It's just how many ideas get presented to me by the markets. That's in my playbook. So if it does get presented, it aligns exactly like I did today, then I'll take it. But it's not always like every day. Here, check out the spreadsheet. You'll see like, if you go in the spreadsheet and you look at the dates on the trade, it shows the dates. Or where is it? This one? This one's easier to look at. Go to journal or IG journal, right? You'll see the dates of when I get trades, what time, what session, what pair, what type of trade, what this thing is so off. I just took that in. But yeah, what pips I get, what percentage I made, and all of that. So it's like maybe like average of like 10 to 15 trades a month on average, maybe 8 to 15 trades depending. Again, it just depends on the markets, right? Some months could be more volatile. Last year in April, we had 22 trades. So that's what trading is. It's not always the same answer every day. What shows I be watching? I don't watch those. I got too much, I don't know, I can't sit still like that. The last show I watched though was, the last show I completed was like How I Met Your Mother. Before that was maybe like Prison Break. I tried watching Breaking Bad, I don't know, I just kind of forgot to continue watching this. I just never watched it again. I don't know, I don't watch those. I watch movies though, every now and then. What has an ear but cannot hear? I don't know. What has an ear but cannot hear? What has an ear but cannot hear? Cup? I don't get it. How does a cup have an ear? Like when you put a cup against the wall? Oh. I don't get it, bro. Cup means deaf person? Ah, the handle. I see. I would never got that. McGregor, Holloway, what's your pick? When's the fight? That's the next fight? I think Holloway. Didn't McGregor come out of retirement? He's rusty. Cupped handle. I see. Yeah, true. Stick to the charts, Unk. Unk. Wait, that's the next fight. McGregor and Holloway, right? I got Holloway. Anyone take my signal? Main event, July 11th. Oh, it's on Saturday. Damn. Whoa, they fought in 2013. Holy shit. How old is Max Holloway? 34 years old. McGregor is 37. True. Calling it. Peace out, Cookie. I'm gonna see you tomorrow. Me too, man. I might call it here, chat. I'm not gonna lie. I think that's it for us, guys. I don't know what else we can do now. It's 11. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow is Friday, okay? So I'll see you guys then. I think there could be movement today still. I think 12, 1, 2. I think the last 2 days I've moved at 3, 2, 3. So it could be today too. But yeah, if anything, I'll see you on the same channel. Oh, sorry, you had a question. I missed it. You said last thing, but when it comes to your strategy, we'll be able to learn it as well. Yes, you could learn it right here. DBS02, that's where you could learn it if you don't want to sit in the streams. If you want to learn it on the streams, it's gonna take like, I think you gotta be here every day for 8 months to get a decent understanding of it. This would expedite that process. And then as well, you get to see me provide live examples of the trades and everything I take, so you get to see it come into fruition. But yeah, that's it. Chat, I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow, okay? Tomorrow's Friday. We have no news tomorrow, but hopefully some volume. Fingers crossed, man. All right. W trade today. W trade. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace, peace. There it is. Peace out, DBS01. See you guys in a couple hours. I'm pencils at the gym. Peace, peace. Later, Walkman.